Welcome to the WSO2 demo sessions. Today we're going to talk about creating REST API with SOAP backend service or how to expose legacy application to API market. Let us consider the following scenario. The business owner developed and internally uses services for many years. But to expand his business, he is planning to offer his services to partners and to new clients. One of his major challenges is how to expose outdated SOAP web services to modern consumers like REST clients or mobile application. Also, the owner would like to avoid refactoring the whole solution while he wants to quickly adapt to new requirements. Because senior team members in his IT team needs time to adopt new technology, while the newly coming team members struggling to understand and work in old technology. Also, at the same time, offering internal services to external consumers will require security implementation and rate-limited access to avoid jeopardizing internal business processes. To avoid point-to-point communication between clients and SOAP web services, the proposed solution is to create API management layer that will facilitate internal services. WSO2 API management has possibility to create a REST API and a SOAP throughput API based on the SOAP backend service. The external consumers with the SOAP request application will use pass-through API, while REST request application will use RESTful version. Also, newly created application in internal domain would also have a benefit of API management like security and throttling. For today's demo, we will use SOAP web services that offers information about the countries. To test it, we will use the SOAP UI application. Providing country code, we are getting information for countries like capital and language. In order to create API, we will need a web service visual definition. In API Publisher portal, in the Create New API section, we will choose I have SOAP endpoint option. First, we will create the pass-through part of the solution and fill up the visual definition URL address. Next, we will fill up the required info like name, context, version, endpoint, and choose at least one business plan and create API. In Overview tab, we can review all provided information and with single click publish it. Similar to that, to create REST API we will choose Generate REST API option, provided the same visual URL address, define different name, context, version, and the same endpoint. On the end, we're going to choose at least one business plan. To summarize, based on the same visual definition, we create two APIs. One is SOAP and the other is REST. To consume these APIs, we will need dev portal. First, we need to register application that will consume API. For internal consumers, let's create internal application without any quota restriction. And for external users, let's create external application with 10 calls per minute quota restriction. Next step will be to subscribe application to API. In subscribe section, we will subscribe to both APIs. Now, we can generate access keys and access token. For testing purposes, we can use Postman application. Let's create a post request. In authorization header, we will put access token. We can use also 8243 secure port and unsecured on 8082 port. we are using REST version of URL with the proper context, version, and resource name. In the body section, we need to provide the correct JSON and set up content type as application JSON. Through REST API, we are able to invoke SOAP-based web service with a JSON request, and in return, we are also getting JSON response. After 10 calls per minute, my request will be blocked. To test SOAP part of this solution, we will clone previous request and point to the SOAP context. We will use the same request and see that it will be rejected until we not providing the correct access token in authorization section. In the same way, every call after reaching the quote limit will be rejected. As we see, no changes to existing SOAP services are needed and the provided solution requires no coding skills at all. Adding WSO2 API management, we secured and throttled external access to internal resources. Also, there is no technology or vendor lockdown by using WSO2 open source solution. Thank you for your patience and see you next time.